Welcome back to Calypso Moon. Welcome in if you're new. Collective, I'm doing your reading. I don't know what. I'm gonna use my rune stones, I do know that. But dang, I need some more kermits. I'm getting a message about what makes you a god. What makes somebody have the right to call themselves a god? The knowledge of good and evil. What separates us from animals? The knowledge of good and evil. What creates all the problems? The knowledge of good and evil. Basically, what I'm getting from this is that the people who are calling themselves a god or goddesses are people who have risen to a level consciously and in frequency to where they know that evil is necessary. Evil is necessary. Y'all seen Vampire in Brooklyn? Where Eddie Murphy was dressed up as the preacher. He was outside. He was like, evil is necessary. Yes. This is going back to the yin and yang principle. This is going back to balance. This is the temperance card. This is black and white. This is the universe. This is light versus dark. This is the reality of duality. That's what we're in. We're in the third dimension. So to be a god here, you have to recognize the universal laws that you're dealing with and be able to master them, or at least understand them to where you're a player in the game. So when we're talking about becoming gods and goddesses, these are the people, like I said, who have reached these frequencies, these levels of understanding and comprehension that everything has an opposite to it. And you cannot experience any one thing without having experienced the other one. Anybody want to challenge that? Challenge it. You cannot understand and know what light is and experience light without also having known what darkness is. We wake up in the morning, there's light. We go to sleep at night, there's darkness. You can't have experienced love and truly know that that's what you're experiencing without having experienced pain and heartbreak from the lack of love. So everything in this reality, we're in the third dimension. This is the reality of duality. Everything has opposite counterpart, a masculine, a feminine, a male, a female, a in and out, a yin, a yang, everything. And so that once you start understanding that, then you start understanding how control is maintained. You start understanding how business is transacted. You start understanding the purpose of things that are happening around you. And when you have this information, you can capitalize off of it. A lot of people have capitalized off of it. You start looking at the universal laws and start functioning in those laws. Wow. What I'm trying to say is that if you know that everything has an opposite, so then you know there can never truly be peace, can there? Because in order to experience peace, or for some to experience peace, others have to suffer. In order for someone to eat, somebody else has to starve. In order for there to be solutions, there has to be problems. Thus, we have civilization. I'm going to expand upon that one day. But for now, I'm just going to leave it there. And I accept any criticism, any thoughts or ideas that anybody want to share on those things that I just said. Any fact checks, I welcome. All right, what do I have for the gods and goddesses? We have something that's inherited. And we have, as humans, we've inherited the 3D reality. Oh my God. Wow, that's crazy. I was not expecting that. I don't even know why I did this. Like, what was the point? I don't know. Like, I was just trying to talk about what was becoming, why people were calling themselves gods and goddesses. And then this happened. I don't know. Like, I didn't have a purpose of what I wanted to talk about with those coming out. But I guess Spirit said, keep it on task. Keep it on point. Because we got your back. But yeah, this one right here is talking about, it's called Othalia. And this is talking about heritage, inheritance, or an estate. This is something that's passed down to somebody by birthright. And then this one is talking about humanism, being human. Manaz, I don't know how to say it. So our duality is an inherited state of human, being human. The knowledge of good and evil, being a god, basically. But you're not a god until you master being human. You don't master being human until you learn the universal laws of what it means to function in this reality. Yeah, we got protection in reverse. There's nothing that can protect you from this. What is this one? This is day, dawn, diagaz. I'm getting somebody can't escape the light. This is not something that can be surpassed or overcame. Something that doesn't lead to wealth. Why would that come up? The only thing I can think of is that if you stay in the inherited state of being human, which is what I feel the whole objective is to keep people in that state of being human, and not recognizing the divinity within themselves, you remain, how can I say this? You remain a slave basically to the system. Because none of us created the system. The system was here when we were born. And yet they can tell us all the history in the world. They could show us all in the books in the world. We weren't there. So we don't know what the fuck happened in history, to be honest. And they could tell us anything and we don't have a choice but to believe it, right? So we're born into this inherited state of being human. And it's up to us to find our spirituality, to understand the clues that were left for us for our spiritual ascension, for our soul's plan, for our soul's ascension, to become gods and goddesses. That is what all this is about. Once you become a god or goddesses, that means you now have, instead of being a pawn, you're now one of the bigger pieces on the chessboard. You're one of the ones who can make more moves, who can do different things. That's being controlled. Because the human is never going to create or gather wealth. Not the average person, not in their life. Wealth, rich, two different things. Surviving and wealth, two different things. Wealth is when you actually are able to make controlled moves. You're actually able to control the outcome of something. That's what wealth allows you. And it's saying that this is not that when you're inherently human. Whoa, I just got blown away right now. My mind was asking the question, can you inherit godliness? Or what we're talking about in the sense of gods. Not the other religious one, but you know what I'm talking about. Wow. I'm having an epiphany right now. Yeah, you can. Tell me more about this situation. What other messages do I need to say about this? Mm. Just 1 second. I'm looking at these. So, whoo, somebody want. Oh, okay. So what I'm getting from this is somebody. There's a flow of robbery happening here. People are being robbed of their essence and the ability. This goes back to that one reading that I had about Mayat. Um, the recycling of the soul, the human soul, and it's like that. Y'all need to check that reading out. If y'all don't look at no other reading, that was a good reading. That was bringing back the history. That was bringing back the ancient wisdom and knowledge of what happened as to why we're in this situation that we're in. So it's like you're able to become a warrior when you reach that God status. And it's like you get to decide who you bring aboard. And the more people that become gods and have like goals and stuff like that, they can create change, manifest goals, and basically create a flow on the planet of how they want things to go, especially if enough of those people get together and combine forces and godhoods. We don't want that to happen. I want it to happen, but you know. Yeah. Wow. So this why am I getting syndrome? God-like syndrome. I don't know why that's coming to me. It's being blocked. What is it being blocked by? Ice and the sun. And the occult. Wow. Wow. But these things are not seen, they're hidden, they're unknown. Let me get more. Okay, so we got joy. We got strength. We got luck. Whoa. So we got, there's something happening. The wheel is spinning. And it's creating a lucky period of time. Whoa. I'm getting like there's some hidden talents, or I'm also getting like somebody's hiding their hand. Yeah, there's something's happening in broad daylight too. Okay, that's not what it means. It's It's not happening in broad daylight, but day and night don't have anything to do with it per se, because we do have the sun over here in reverse. So it's like it's happening in the shadows, not at night or not in the day, but like behind the scene. But it's seen, but it's unseen. It's like ignored. Somebody's luck is changing. Somebody's luck is changing. There's like a strong, I'm getting strong wind blowing. The wheel. Somebody is trying to whoa, what the fuck am I seeing? Somebody's trying to harvest the birth energy, the soul, the torch, the internal flame, the eternal flame. This has something to do with birth stuff though. Whoa. Yeah, somebody's trying to cause havoc and harness this, because this talks about a harvest, and this talks about the eternal torch, the life flame. Wow. They're not trolling. They're actually doing this. Wow. Something with births. This is maybe what I was talking about before, them recycling the soul, them harvesting the soul, using the energy, putting it back through the machine, bringing it back as a baby, and redoing it all over again. People are not able to ascend. As in the past, when they were weighing your heart against the feather, if your knowledge and deeds have outweighed the bad, then your heart would be lighter than the feather. Or if you have not accumulated so much disharmony in life, or ill will or ill things in life, then your heart should be lighter than an ostrich feather. Wow. But that system died out with this new control system, this harvesting of, wow, the matrix. Yeah, somebody's playing God. But I'm getting like the power is fading, but it's an uncertainty. Something can't be known which way it'll go. I'm getting like this is up to the people in this Kali Yuga to decide what happens next. So it's unknown. But yeah, somebody is definitely losing power, or is at a stage where the wheel is changing power. And this is an opportune moment or an opportune time. Wow. The warriors are being blocked right now. Wow, y'all, I should put this down on the table so y'all can see all these, huh? How they all folded out, rolled out. So yeah, the warriors being blocked right here, so this cycle can continue. The flow of stealing can continue, raiding, taking. I'm also feeling like somebody's sabotaging the soul here too. There was some type of sabotage that happened here. I don't know why I'm being led back to this story, but that's what's coming back to me. I'm going to link that video in this description box so you guys can watch it, but I'm going to leave this here. But this is what makes them gods.